Good morning. Sorry, I am a couple minutes late. I'm having all of the technical difficulties this morning. I still have a little bit of delay, but I'm here with two cameras. When y'all jump on, let me know if you can hear me and see both screens and they're not in any kind of weird format. I have my vanilla iced coffee. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I sound really staticky on my end. And there's a delay on my top screen. So I may be overextending myself with everything I want to get done in this live today because I got a bunch of stuff I want to paint, but we're going to stick with two colors and see how it goes. Maybe three. So good morning and welcome to Tuesday Morning Craft and Chat. It's really just a laid back crafting session where I'm just getting some stuff done and hanging out with you guys while I do it. If you're new here, I'm Susie. Hey Brenda, good morning. I have a YouTube channel. If you're watching me on YouTube, you know that. I'm also live on Facebook right now. And I take unwanted thrift store items and make them over and sell them here in my store in Alabama and online. I love saving items from the thrift store, things that people not necessarily can imagine having a future, and I like giving them a future. So we're going to get started painting on some things. Let me show y'all what I got. Oh no, lost my camera. That's okay. We're going to stick with one camera today. That's fine. I'm having a lot of problems with my other ones. So we're just going to stick with one camera. I can show y'all what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, I think y'all can see my project and me. So we're just going to go with this. So I've got a couple of decor balls. These are pretty gold color. They're not bad how they are, actually. But I just love painting these and then dry brushing over the details. I got a whole bag of these for like $3.99. I think there was 6 of them in there. I always pick these up. They actually are surprisingly good sellers for me when I paint them. Okay, I have a little home interior mirror or Homeco. It's old. See, it's an old type. But I like the round and I like the detail, and they kind of go with the whole theme. Y'all say hey as you're coming in. Hey, Lynn. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Okay, I've also got this really heavy metal platter. It had a Walmart tag on the back, but I think it's so cute with the snowflake in it. It's like sturdy. I guess it's probably stainless steel. It does have quite a few scratches, and it's been well loved. So we're going to paint it and give it new life. And then also, I picked this up a while back. I think I showed y'all this in last week's thrift haul. I want to paint it and put a transfer on it. And I was even proactive. See how shiny it is? Anytime I buy the stuff, this faux rusty stuff, it always bleeds through when I paint. So I was proactive. I gave it 2 coats of shellac this morning and let it dry. So we won't have any bleed through on that. All right, so we're going to get started. The 2 paint colors I have chosen. Good morning, Jen. The 2 paint colors I chose are Carriage House. I've got Fusion Paints here. Carriage House is like a dark kind of green. Perfect for Christmas. I used it 2 years ago in all of my Christmas, and I've loved it ever since. And then I have Bellwood, which is a light green. So they look really good together. I thought maybe we could paint with this one and dry brush with this one, or we might grab some white out too, some kind of white. So I'm going to get started painting, y'all. Let's chat. Oh, I need to put my hair up. I do not want to get paint in my wig. Hold on. Be right back. Especially fusion paint, because it does not come out. I mean, it will after a bunch of washes, but I don't wash this thing that often. All right, there we go. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to give everything a coat of Carriage House to begin with. Got my sugar-free vanilla iced coffee. And I'm not going to take this mirror off. I'm just going to be careful. And if I get a little bit on there, I can scrape it off. Love painting with Fusion. So easy. All right, y'all chat. Let me know if you're there. I can't tell if the chats are just delayed or if nobody's saying anything. Good morning. Simply Blessed Designs. Thank you for coming. I love this color. Look how pretty that green is. And Fusion paints pretty much dry just like they go on. When you're doing DIY paint, they lighten up a lot when they dry. All right, now comes the careful part. Let's see, I do have my little pointed sash here. Hey, Ashley. I hope I can remember that. Fusion is my favorite paint. I will be honest. It's just so easy. It's got that built-in sealer. Blending, it's for blending, which I'm not great at. I need to try harder. DIY paint works much better for blending paints. But just straight painting, I love Fusion. All right, I brought me a little drop cloth down here to put wet things on. And I got me some new contact paper for my table. I like using contact paper over drop cloth because drop cloth just looks so bad after you get paint all over it. And if I use this stuff, this contact paper, just a couple of short little sheets, and I can just replace it when it gets really bad. And the great thing is if I do it when it's wet, I can also wipe off a lot. So typically, I like to use a sheet per video. Huh. I don't know. It may be me. I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties this morning. Oh, yeah. If you've never tried Fusion, when you try it, you will be hooked for sure. I hope I can get all these done with this little carriage house. So I don't think I have a big one open. And it paints pretty much anything. This is metal. I haven't sealed this or anything. It's just straight up metal. And that's one coat. I'm going to wait about doing the back of this and just do the front for now. What y'all working on? Yeah, it's a really pretty, I don't know why I keep acting like that camera's working. It's not. It's real pretty, like a mossy green. Perfect for Christmas. And I am full swing in Christmas DIY mode. I know it's early, but it's got to be when you're a creator. All right, 2 down. Let's see. Let's do a coat on this booger. This thing's big. I'm going to put a transfer in here, and when it gets dry, I'm going to show y'all my stash of Christmas transfers. But y'all got to promise not to get mad at me. Look at there. I thought that was decoupage. I just never could pull it off. But I guess the shellac kind of loosened it up. Now I got to work on it some more. And, of course, maybe we won't have any bleed through. Fusion does have that built-in sealer, so sometimes you don't get bleed throughs on those. I was just going to paint right over it. I don't want to decorate yet, but I get so sick of seeing it before Christmas is over. I want to leave my fall up. Actually, today I'm going to film a fall tour video for YouTube, a store tour, now that it's all falled up. And I want to leave fall until mid-October. Is that too late? Should I put Christmas up before mid-October? It just frustrates me to no end to go in a store in September and it's still 85 degrees and Christmas is out in the store. I was going to do Bellwood in here, but since it's a lighter green, I think I'm just going to do a second coat of Bellwood and cover this with Carriage House, kind of like as a base coat. Oh, I've been working on Christmas ornaments and I have so many ideas. I just don't have enough time to get them all done. I want to use the Christmas tapers mold from last year because those were so beautiful. I may still have some of those. I can't remember if I sold them all. Ugh, I love this green. I don't think there's going to be any bleed through. Somebody said swans. Oh, pretty. Oh, this shellac stinks so bad. Hey, Vicky. Yeah, this is the faux rust is out for me, but I still pick this stuff up because you can easily get rid of that. I'm not going to do the backs of anything right now since we're live. I can do all that later. Weezy, please do not get on my wet paint. One coat down. I didn't do the bottom, but that's okay. I'll get it. Wipe up some of my wet paint before it dries. Love painting these. Look how pretty that's already looking. Good morning, Grace. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining us. If you've never been here, this is just our chilled, laid back Tuesday morning live crafting session. I have picked out a bunch of items from my stash and given them a little makeover this morning. And by the time it does get time to change my store over to Christmas, I'm going to be prepared. I haven't even got my Christmas out of storage yet, so I really don't even remember what all I have, except for a bunch of trees. Old trinket shelves. Where'd you get them? And where have you been selling them? On Whatnot? I can't ever find them. Are you talking like printer trays? Yes, I'm trying to monetize Facebook, and I'm not doing a very good job of it, Grace. What I need to do is go back through my old content and make a bunch of videos for Facebook and upload them. But do I do that? No, because I don't have time. This winter time is Carriage House Fusion. Carriage House. Beautiful mossy green, one of my favorite greens. I used it for Christmas 2 years ago. I'm going to have to hold this till it dries a little bit. Oh yeah, heart shelves. Okay, I do have a few of those little trinket top shelves. A little bit bigger than the miniature printing trays. Oh yeah, those are all the rage. Filling up the minis. Let's see if I can get this to sit right here without moving around. There we go. How many booths do you have, Vicki? And do you paint the trays or do you just leave them the wood color that they're usually in? If I was going to distress these decor balls, I would definitely do them in DIY paint so I could wet distress them. But I'm going to dry brush on these. Why do I keep picking up that brush when I have this one? Yeah, 3 booths is a lot. That seems like more work than a store. At least I'm in the same place every day. But I do have to be here every day or the store doesn't open. That is one good thing about having a booth is I don't have to run it. All right. I'm going to use the heat gun for just a second so I can pick something back up and start again. It looks like we have an internet troll, so let's just ignore them because last time I tried to block somebody during a live, I got kicked off. How are you doing on Whatnot, Vicki? Let's see. I'm going to try it. If I get knocked off, we'll just deal with it. Block user on YouTube. Okay. I think I did it. And I'm still here. Yay. Hey, Bobby. Block user. Nope. It says reload. Am I still here with y'all? Okay. Thank you. Got them. Okay. We're still here. Good deal. I don't understand that. Why? What is the point of doing that? I don't think this needs but one coat. Yeah, I know, but if you consider the reason I quit is I was putting in a whole day's work to make $100 a show. And I can do other things that will grow my business. So I decided just to pause on the Whatnot for a while. I don't know what happened. I mean, I have an online presence and everything, and I still couldn't get anybody at my shows. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but it was just frustrating to spend all that time and then just not make anything or just be, giving stuff away. That was my experience. I know a lot of people do really, really well on Whatnot. And like I said, it's super fun. It's not fun when you're not making any money, though. And when you remember that that's your actual goal. Oh, yes. Y'all please like my video. I am trying to grow my Facebook and my YouTube. Always trying to grow them. I really just really enjoy these lives, though, because I can connect on a more personal level with y'all. Fusion paint, I have to get it off my fingers as I go, or it'll take me 3 showers to scrape it off. I don't think I've been overly, I don't think I overextended myself because we've already got one coat on everything. Oh, yeah, for sure. I do have a Whatnot show scheduled in November. It's a raid train that I was invited to before I kind of took a break. And I'm excited about that one, but it's not my usual. It's some paper crafting, so. I just sell better on my own website, I think, than I do on Whatnot. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's the ticket if you don't have your own website, which can be a headache on its own. All right. I've got 2 carriage house brushes going here. All right, now this is Bellwood. Do y'all think I should? I don't think I'm going to dry brush in Bellwood because I think they're just too close to the color. I feel like a white would look better. Have a little tiny bit of Champlain. We'll use it. Yeah, it takes a while for the website to build up. I mean, mostly I sell paint and IOD on my website. All right, I need a paper towel. I mean, there's a tiny bit left in there, just enough for some dry brushing. Three Whatnots in 1 week. Woof. That's going to have a second coat. You are braver than I am, Vicki. Oh, I wanted to use the new Connie lines in today's video, but I couldn't find a project that I wanted to use it on. Yes, I'm getting excited. Are you talking about Sonnet's retreat? Well, we got like 3 weeks. Also, nervous, excited and nervous because I haven't flown in probably, I'm going to say 12, 13 years. I have not flown anywhere. And I will be by myself. Oh, man. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Getting out of the house. Okay, so I want y'all's opinion. Now, who really uses a little mirror like this? Anybody? I mean, they're great for accenting. They will, make a room look bigger. All kinds of things. But I'm thinking about putting a transfer right over that mirror. What y'all think? Because, like I said, who really uses them? But it'll still have the mirror effect. Trying to get this. Okay, where's my little scraper? Oh, it's right here in front of me. Yeah, and I couldn't get a late flight coming home, so I'm gonna have to leave earlier than everybody else coming home. So that might be kind of crappy, but I'm gonna have a great time. All right, let me clean this mirror, and we're gonna go through my stash of Christmas transfers while things dry. Oh, de-stashing the junk journal supplies. I have a really hard time with that. I keep everything because I can use it, you know. I am trying to be more organized, and like I will make up all my ephemera for my journals and have them organized. I love transfers on mirrors too. So let's pick one out. Let me kind of move some of my paint away. All right, y'all don't hate me when you see my stack of Christmas transfers because I have a lot. I have books from 2 years ago that I have not been able to use. That's why I promised myself this year that I would use all my transfers. Okay, so we're picking out something for this little mirror. And I don't want to do something full like that, although that would be precious. The fairy. Because I still want it to be a mirror, don't y'all think? I was thinking, look at that. So, okay, let's see what we have here. That's when I wish this camera was working so y'all can see what I got going on here because it's ridiculous. So this is from like one of the big transfers years ago. I don't even know where the other half of it is. I really don't want to do something just Christmas either. But look how cute just a simple wreath would look. Ooh, I think we will do one of these florals. That way they can be year round. Okay, roses or poinsettias. I think roses. That way it can be year round. But let me see if I can find a different color one. So I have a couple of different old packs in here. Oh, y'all are really going to be mad when you see this one I got. Well, not mad. I hate to say that. Okay. So I have pretty much an entire Holly Glen, but I also have an entire Candy Cane Cottage left. And maybe these florals would be prettier with that green. These were from Kitschy Christmas, I think. So I think these florals would be pretty. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, the mirror's still there and it still reflects the light and everything. I'm just going to do one of these little roses on it. Call that one done. Let's see if I can find some scissors without knocking y'all. There we go. I did use up a whole one of these from last year. Was it last year? Yeah. And then I had one more left in my stash before Christmas was over, and I kept it. Good morning, Anne. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that didn't work. I accidentally touched the transfer to the glass and it stuck when it wasn't where I wanted it. So now I've kind of got it on the side here, but maybe that's good. Oh man, that come off way too easy. All right, so I could get another one. See how that's all centered? I did not mean to do that. Hey, Rosemary. So should I put another one? I think maybe. Being as I'm trying to use all my transfers anyway and not be stingy with them anymore. These transfers come off so easy on this glass. Yeah, that looks good. Cute little round mirror. So that was done. I'm not going to seal that transfer up. It's going to be hanging on a wall. You know, it's not going to get a lot of touching or anything. It can easily be wiped off. So this one is done. And it still has a little mirror, you know, to catch the light and stuff. So that one's done. Love it, love it, love it. Let's move on to the other one that needs a transfer because I think it's going to need a second coat of paint. And I think I'm going to paint this center part in Bellwood just to give it a little bit of contrast. I do need another paintbrush. So I'm just going to put the transfer here in the center part. All right, we'll let that dry while we do another coat on this tray down here. I can come back up and touch all that up. All right, might as well go ahead and do another coat here too. Hey, Laura. Thank you for joining us. We're just getting some stuff painted, fixed up, putting some Christmas transfers on things. This carriage house does dry with a little bit more of a gray tint. This is all Fusion Carriage House, most of it. And in the center there is Bellwood. All right, second coat on that one. I haven't done the back or the bottom, but I'll get them off there. And then we're back to this beautiful metal tray. It definitely needs a second coat. You can see some of that metal coming through. You know, I love just painting things and giving them a refresh, but I feel like on my YouTube channel, I have to do some kind of special something. I can't just paint something and dry brush it all the time. But that's really, what it's all about is just taking these simple items that don't need a lot to have a new life. I did not prep this one. It was pretty scuffed up, and I knew the Fusion would stick to it. I did on that bucket, which was also metal, but it had that faux rust. I did spray 2 coats of shellac on it first. But I really just decided to do this one about 5 minutes before I went live. So it had no prep on it. Fusion paint, it sticks to anything. All right. Let's see how these are looking. I just need a little touch up. Not really a second coat. I'm talking to myself, I guess, y'all. I don't know why I'm whispering over here. Okay. These don't have to have perfect coverage. We are going to dry brush, but the gold underneath it would not harm it a bit, peeking through a little bit. Okay, I'm going to use the dryer just real quick so we can kind of mosey on. Hey, that just goes to show y'all how comfortable I am in this live with y'all. You just caught me talking to myself is all. So you know now that I do that. Yes, I do. A lot of talking to myself. All right, the mirror's done. Are these are not dry enough. I'm making a mess. Let's see. All right, let's pick out a transfer for this. So it's going to go just in the center there. And this one, I'm thinking it can cover a good bit of it, but it's also going to be hard to get perfect coverage. So one that's kind of, doesn't have a straight line is what I'm saying, a straight edge. We could go with another one of those florals and it would match that mirror. There's probably a bigger one. But anyway, let's look through what I got. None of those will work. All right, so we have these flowers, but they're not quite big enough. I don't like the straight edges on these. I really need something that's, like this. It doesn't have something like this that doesn't have a background. But, oh no. Something like that. Oh, the bird. I'm thinking, I'm liking that one. I'm going to cut that one out. It might not be big enough, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it out and keep it aside. See, if we did something big like this deer, it would probably might fit his antlers, but I'd probably have to cut some off, and I just don't want to do that. This one, however, no, that won't work. Okay. Okay, so here's some bigger ones of those same florals that we put on the mirror. So that would look really good. I'm going to cut one of these out. Plus, it doesn't have any background or straight edges on it. So I'm liking that one. I don't want anything flat out, Santa Claus. I need to just make some signs with those. These were from last year. There's a Christmas tree. Okay, we're into this year's now. Partridge Lane. I've got kind of plans for all this stuff. And I did something in my video this week with it, so I don't want to put nothing from it. Those are pretty. I think they're a little too big for our area. I'll lay them here. I don't want to do any foil on that green. Oh. Ooh, a lot of these would probably work from this one. This winter botanist. Something like that. Let's see. That's pretty. All right, I'm going to pick out one more, and then I'm going to let y'all decide. I am closing on Tuesdays now. I really rarely had a customer on Tuesday, and that way I can do post office running and whatever else I need to do. Ooh, that tree's pretty, and it's not like an actual Christmas tree. Oh, it don't fit. It's too big. So I decided to start closing on Tuesdays is my point, so I could get more done. So this is Santa's Hollow. Like I said, I really don't want to put a Santa Claus on there. I used all my Clementine transfer. There's another bird in a nest that would look good. But we already have a bird, so. All right, we got one more book, and this is the Christmas Joy. I also have tons of Christmas inlays. Those are not big enough. I feel like none of these are really big enough. Except for maybe that one. All right, so let me show you all the options that I picked out. To go here. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here where you guys can see it. All right, everybody ready? This is from Christmas Joy. It does kind of have a background. So you're going to have some space over here. I'm going to take that one out of the mix. I don't like that. Love this one, though. This is from Winter Botanist. And it's a perfect fit, pretty much. Perfect. Okay. We have this floral, which is actually bigger. We'll lose some of the transfer. I don't remember what this is from, but it's got some really pretty colors. But then we have this floral that matches this mirror that we just did. So I think that would be great because they would go together, and I am going to dry brush too. And then we have this beautiful bird in a nest. Is anybody here? Yeah. Okay. So let me know what y'all think. We're still waiting on this to dry a little bit anyway. So to recap, we have bird in a nest. We have the floral that matches the mirror. We have this floral that's different but beautiful. And then we have this Winter Botanist wreath. It's got butterflies, some floral. Pretty. Okay. Mom says number 2. This is 2. Any other votes? I do like that. That looks really good. I do also really love this one. And the fact that it would match the mirror. All right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Y'all think about it. Let me know. I'm going to dry these while y'all vote. Floral that matches the mirror. Bird in the nest. Floral that matches the mirror. 2 votes. 3 votes for the matching one. All right, so far we have 4 votes for the matching floral, which is this one. And then we have a couple of bird on the nest. We have 1 for this one. Okay, I think everybody agrees with me that we want to match the mirror. I like that idea. So we're going to go with this one. I do still need to do a little, let me just do a little coat on that real quick. Still see a little bit of that brick or that faux rust coming through, and I'm not a fan. All right, after we put the transfer on, then I'll dry brush this one and it'll be done. Exactly, Vicki. let's see if I can put a transfer on without touching that paint. Let me get my roses in the right direction. I think I like them like that. Oh, it's a perfect fit. All right, fingers crossed I'm not trying this too soon. Fusion paint is great for putting transfers on when it's dry, but it also has been known to lift up if I don't wait till it's really good and dry. I think this one's going to be okay about lifting, but we'll see. I'm starting in the center since it's a rounded surface. And then I will just do one side and then go back and do the other side to hopefully not have any wrinkles. It's coming off good. It is going to be stunning. It's coming off. Okay, we're good. We're in the clear. Not pulling up any paint. Oh, yes. Look how pretty. I mean, perfect fit. I lost a couple of edges of leaves, and that was it. Just making sure it's stuck down really good. All right, I'm going to put this in the floor and let the extra coat I just put of Carriage House on it, and we're going to dry brush this tray. We have been here over an hour now, but that's okay. All right, so this is dry, and I'm just going to dry brush the entire thing. Just make it, go with everything else we've been doing. And I am using the last of my Champlain to do this. I'm drying off most of the paint. And then I'm just going to lightly go over it. And, if you get too much dry brush, it's not the end of the world, because guess what? You can paint over it. And I have done that a few times. And that's that. I do have a little, ooh, that doesn't look good. Have a couple of places that I got too much paint. So instead of painting back over that, I'm just going to have a little bit more. I'm going to put a little bit more on, I think, to make it kind of match. What y'all think? I still got to paint the back, but look how pretty even the back side of this is. I'm going to dry brush the back and everything. I might paint over them 2 spots. I don't know. I'm going to let them sit for a minute, and I might decide they bother me too much. That right there and that right there. But that's just a little perfectionist. I like it. I like it. Okay. It's so funny how, okay, look at the difference in the dry brushing. Like, this is not dry brush yet. It's going to be. And this is. It's like it almost changes the color of the paint. All right. And then finally, we have our little decor balls. Everything is going to go together so well. Hey, Janie. Those look really pretty. Typically I don't with wax because when I'm waxing, I like for it to stay down in the things and not sit on top. It is hard to get wax to sit on top for me, which is usually the effect I'm going for with the dry brushing. All right, that one's done. This would look pretty with some gold. Oh, and those can sit in the tray. You don't like gold, Vicky? I love gold. To each their own. I get it. One more down. Look how pretty that looks. It almost looks like cement. Oh, look at there. Got a little too much paint in that spot. Oh well. All right. We're back to our last one. I'm going to dry brush this, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to take a picture of everything all styled together, and they're going to look so good. I'm not even going to put any extra paint on this. I'm even dry brushing over the inlay. Not the inlay, the transfer. Do y'all remember this before? And now look at it. Oh yeah, I paint over those too. All right. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me this morning. Be sure you like this video, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, and make sure you're subscribed and following on all the profiles. And if you need any products or anything, you can get that at Susie on the Farm, and that's SUSIE. I have all the fusion paints, DIY paints, IOD, decoupage papers, rice papers, anything you would need to create your own home decor. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We're going to say goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow night over on YouTube. Bye, y'all.